What's good, y'all? Devin Haney vacates all of the 135-pound championship belts before his fight with Regis Prograis. You remember at first he was stripped of the WBC title, which Shakur Stevenson just fought for a week or two ago. And now before his fight, he's released the rest of the belts. And this was a good move for Haney, good move for boxing. Now we get to see some fights. Who's going to fight who for the titles down there? Vasily Lomachenko and George Kambosos will be fighting for the IBF. Shakur has the WBC. Tank Davis is supposed to be elevated as the WBA super champion, seeing that he had the WBA regular belt for a while. But he's sort of declining it. He made a post and it said that he don't want that shit. Where Michael Benson had tweeted out he was being elevated, and I'm kind of surprised by that. I don't know what Tank Davis' plan is, but I think that he really might not get that belt. You know, seeing that he is a money fighter and he just came off making huge money 7 months ago against Ryan Garcia. Rumors that they made 30-40 million apiece on that fight. So Tank Davis feels like he doesn't need to be a super champion. And I kind of take that as, you know, he don't want to deal with them mandatories. I'm not sure what the WBA rankings looking like, but I don't think he wants all those mandatories and them telling him who to fight, when to fight him, and all that. With Devin Haney out of the division, it's not even I don't feel it's a lot of WBA threats in his ranking system to really be worried about. So I'm kind of surprised that you know, Shakur Stevenson is seen as the big fight down there now, but he's the WBC champion. And you know, when you're the champion, you're not going to be in the rankings for the other belts. So I don't really know why Tank is going to make this move. But as far as Devin Haney, I take this as a move of confidence. He's confident that he's going to become the champion and school Regis Prograis. You know, because if he go up there and he lose, he ain't got nothing to come back to. And I think that it's a good move. He's keeping it real with himself. He don't want to come back down to 135. You know, seeing that he struggled to make weight for the two Kambosos fights and the Lomachenko fights, looking like Skeletor coming off the scale. You know, face sunken in. He weighing in right on the dot, 135. Yeah, he was struggling. So, you know, I like to see this move. Now we get to see the Raymond Muratalas, the Pitbull Cruzes, and all of those guys fight for the belts. Let's see who want to mix it up with who. Nobody got the excuse of Devin Haney holding up things and all of that. So hopefully we get some great fights going on at 135 as Devin Haney is trying to make a name for himself in a 140-pound division against a tough opponent, Regis Prograis. Sabril Matias has been calling out Haney for a little bit now. Sabril Matias looked phenomenal. He looked like a straight killer in his last fight on the Benavidez Andrade undercard against Ergashev. You know, dude looks like a beast. Come forward, straight pressure, you know, great combinations, great power in both hands. He looked like he's a huge challenge for Devin Haney. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who would win that fight. But Haney is talking about if he wins against Prograis that he want to fight Keith Thurman and move all the way up to welterweight. That's gonna be a hell of a move, you know. That's gonna be a hell of a move. And I'm not sure how good of an idea that is. You know, just jumping up and down weight classes, because I'm pretty sure if somebody who he want to fight down at 135, 140, he gonna want to try to come back down. And he's only 24, 25 years old, so I guess moving up and down in weight isn't gonna affect him too much at this point of his career. You know, when you're an older fighter, jumping up and down isn't a great idea. You know, I'm always going to bring up that Roy Jones example when he went up to heavyweight, then came back down to light heavyweight and got one punch knocked out by Antonio Tarver. So maybe Devin Haney doesn't have that to worry about. But moving up to 147, man, that's risky. Because if you get up there and you fight Keith Thurman and you win, people are going to start asking you about that killer Boots Ennis. And Devin Haney is probably 2 years away from being 2 years away for being ready for a fight like that with Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis is possibly the best fighter, you know, in his age range in the whole sport. I'm not sure if Haney wants that smoke. His dad brought up his name and all that. And Jaron Ennis said that he can make 147 as long as he wants. So, and he's thirsty for a big fight. There's not a lot of big fights up there for 147 for him right now. So if Devin Haney comes through there acting like he's finna take over, Boots Ennis is gonna take a look at him and start calling his name out. You know, because Boots Ennis also wants Keith Thurman, but has failed to be able to get that fight for about two years now. You know? And then Devin Haney comes up, and if he takes that fight away from him and take that shine from Boots Ennis, I'm pretty sure Boots Ennis isn't going to like that. He's going to feel like that he's cherry picking, and he's going to want to go see about that. So, me personally, I think Haney maybe should try to reign at 140, pick up a couple belts, make a couple good fights, and then go up as Boots Ennis is going up. But, hey, Haney don't run from smoke, so we'll see. We'll see. But Haney Prograis coming up, that's going to be a good matchup to look forward to. I can't wait to see that. About 8 days away. But we going to have to see if he gets through that fight first, because Regis ain't no bitch. Regis is a knockout artist, about 80+% knockout rate. So we got to see. But he vacated the belts at 135. Let's see what these lightweights got going on.